Sir, shall we start?
Yes.
Please.
With a new day comes new strength and new thoughts. This day added in our life to generate our strength and thoughts. Good morning and a warm welcome you all for the fifth day of Faculty Development Program on the topic National Educational Policy 2020 Perspective and Prospects. The essence of great leadership is influence, not an authority. Such a leader who always lead a campus with his influence. I would like to call Dr. B. Subramani, Principal S&M Vikas, will preside and felicitate today's gathering.
Yagal, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, very warm, pleasant morning to everyone present in this meet. And on all behalf, I welcome Dr.R.Muthezhilan, sir, for this 7 days FDP. Continuously, this is the fifth day of the event. And on all behalf, I welcome once again our guest speaker, Dr.R.Muthezhilan, sir. This every day we are learning. So every day is a learning process. So similarly, the FDP 7 days of learning will transform our faculty members, and all the members who are connected with us will have a very good transformation. And it covers almost different dimensional academic, outcome-based education, national education policy, and so on. So today we have our guest professor to talk on the National Education Policy 2020, which is a need. Again, we learned a lot of points from the education policy, and it is a right to hear from the expert on education policies. And the latest what we know on an usual GER gross enrollment ratio is actually now it is to be increased to 50% by 2035. Higher education. Earlier it was GER is 26.3, that has to be improved. And in the holistic undergraduate education with a flexible curriculum can be of 3 or 4 years with multiple exit option and appropriate certification within this period as well. Suppose, say, for example, 1 year certificate, second year the diploma certificate, like the 3 years means degree certificate. Likewise, that is multiple exit option. When a student gets discontinued the program, he can be given some diploma or a certificate program certification. So that is one thing. Similarly, MPhil is not there in future. Likewise, PhD going to be a compulsory. Like there are so many good to globally meet what is the expectations. So their policies are there, and we all expecting the kind of glimpses of this 2020 NEP. So I wholehearted once again I welcome Professor, the guest speaker, and I should appreciate all the organizers for having resource persons for the suitable topic, for suitable day, and all over the nation members from various universities, various different states, they are participating. So that gives at least what is the people required, we are supplementing them. So thank you for the opportunity given, and we are very eagerly want to receive information from the expert today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. A smile is the universal welcome. I would like to call Dr. R. Bhagyaraj, Head Department of Microbiology, to deliver welcome address.
Yeah. A very great morning to all of you gathered here for the Faculty Development Program, Day 5 session on National Educational Policy 2020. perspectives and prospects. As our principal rightly mentioned, it's the time and duty of all of us to know and realize the NAP 2020. So at this point, I really delighted to welcome the guest of the day who is involved in various research projects, mainly the Sedu Samudram project and the research in Gulf of Mannar, and the person has vast experience in academic and research, and he is currently the controller of examination of AMET University. He is Dr. Muthezhilan, controller of examinations of AMET University, Chennai. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
It's an opportune time to welcome our beloved principal, and really he is the force of our academic and research driving, Dr. Bojan Subramani, sir. Welcome you, sir.
You.
I'm really honored to welcome all the participants from various institutions across the country. Welcome you all, and it's my pleasure to welcome Dr. Manjula Suresh, Dean Languages, Dr. Krishna Kumar, Director MBA, Mrs. Kaunti, Coordinator IQAC and Head of Mathematics, and all the heads of the departments and the technical team members and all the faculty members of our SNMV CAS. And once again, I welcome all of you for this session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'm having a privilege to introduce today's guest, Dr. R.Muthezhilan, Associate Professor in Marine Biotechnology and Controller of Examination, Academy of Maritime Education and Training, Chennai. He has been specialized in mycology, marine microbiology, enzyme technology, seafood technology. He has completed 47 international level research paper, 4 national level research paper, 4 government funded projects. 29 research students and 20 research scholars are working under his guidance. Change is the end result of all true learning. Today's guest, Dr. R. Muthezhilan sir, will change your perspectives on NEP in a unique way. I would like to invite Dr. R. Muthezhilan sir to lecture on the topic National Educational Policy 2020 Perspectives and Prospects. So, forum is yours.
Thank you, ma'am. Most respected Principal Dr. Bojan Subramani, Dr. S.V. Manivannan, Head Bachelor of Business Management, and my dear friend, beloved Dr. R. Head Microbiology, and distinguished participants. Good morning to all. Before starting my presentation, I must thanks to the management of SNME College, and a special thanks to our principal. He enlightened that event in very good manner, and he highlighted the points what we are going to discuss today. And also I thanks to Mrs. Gaundi, IQAC coordinator, who is giving the opportunity to me to deliver the lecture regards to National Education Policy 2020. Right. I am going to talk about 30 to 45 minutes. What is the exact essence present in the National Education Policy 2020? After that, we can discuss what are the questions. Based on that, we can go ahead. Right. What is education? That education means that is differ by day to day. In 50 years back, when you are discussing with the common people, what is education means, that education only for men. No women and all, girls are now studying, and that 1950s. After that, now 2020, that education means if you are getting the degree in a particular subject, on occupying in the one particular position, any campus placement or salary based. This is the main motto of parents as well as the students. Whenever the people asked to join any colleges or universities, they ask, sir, if any placement is there or not. That is a scenario available in education. But worldwide, the globe is entirely different from this education. They are go with more scientific and technological advancement. They are go for machinery technology, artificial intelligence. They are go for multidisciplinary research. This will impact of our employment landscape in the overall globe. So, India to equip for that, India to compete with them, India to develop. So, the motto of National Education Policy 2020 was released by our government. That education should give full human potential and developing the equitable and promoting national development as well as the economic growth. This is the motto based on that they have developed education policy 2020. We have to compete with the overall globe and we have to become a knowledge power center in the globe. Right. This is the first new education policy to our. Now the people are talking about this education policy 2020. Absolutely not. We after independence we have come across so many policies, so many development in our education. After independence, 1948, we can started that we are started University Education Commission that will deal with all the university and colleges how to develop the grant and everything. What happened in 1962, after getting the independence 20 to 25 years, that parliament, some conversation will came out. That one MP, member of parliament discussed about after independence of 25 years, still our country in 12% of literacy. That is the current status in the, that is the status in the 1962. Then the Prime Minister announced that to develop new education policy in the year of 1964. That was headed by Dr. D.S. Kothari. That you know all are about talking about Kothari Commission. Kothari Commission. Previously, before that Kasturi Rangan Committee policy, we are talking about that Kothari Commission. Kothari Commission. That Kothari Commission gave 23 recommendations about the education policy. That time itself they spoke about the three language concept. That time itself they spoke about university autonomy, the curriculum development, education assessment system, how the PhD program have to conduct, how we can promote the research, how many IIT to we have to enforce. But fortunately or unfortunately, we made a lot of policy in education, but implementation of this particular policy was not succeed properly. That is a remark we have to keep it in your mind. We have to go through the National Education Policy 2020 also. But yeah, whatever the policy we taken, we already that is not implemented properly in our country like India. Especially that I want to mention that the 42 constitutional amendment that spoke about that compulsory education for all. After that only that child labor was not completely reduced, but all students should go for schools, free education scheme come for primary levels, everything introduced in the 42 constitutional amendment. In 2009, that Right to Education Act is the most important act in our country as concerned about the education. That Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, we can say SSA scheme, that you have to compulsory education for all, because they all Indians should sign their name in they have to sign their name. So this type of policy only made India to developing as per concern about developing country, India was well developed compared with the other developing countries. But even we are not lagging behind with developed country, we have to go for some new education policy. We have to change our system little bit. That's way that our Dr. Kasturi Rangan, our Prime Minister Dr. Modi ji is given the important assignment to Dr. Kasturi Rangan. He brought out this wonderful National Education Policy 2020. This policy mainly speak about not only learn. If you are learning, you are scoring more mark 75, 85. If you are not, if you are getting the degree, that is not important. How to learn? If you are going to learn one particular subject, that not only scoring the marks, you have to understand the entire curriculum, entire what is the concept taught by our teachers. Everything should be to develop our future India. So they are developing, they are expecting the universities and colleges and other academicians that we are going to concentrate more in this aspect, that we have to increase more experimental part, that means practicals, more experimental. We have to keep it in our holistic knowledge, integrated, that is more important word, that integrated, inquiry driven. They have to, students has to ask question, what they have to know, what they understood, what they have to know. Inquiry driven, discovery oriented, learner centered, discussion based, flexible, uh, then enjoyable. So this is most important. These things to be implemented in the future academic curriculum. Based on that, students, they have to learn how to learn the subject. Based on that, the knowledge should be empowered. This is the main vision of the particular national education policy. That sustainable, they are given 4 important points. Sustainable into equitable and vibrant knowledge society. That more important, equitable and vibrant knowledge society by providing high quality education to all. Equitable and vibrant knowledge society by providing high quality of education. India will become a global knowledge superpower. Right. This is not only students getting the degrees and other things. They have to know what the they have to know constitutional value and environmental duties, what they have to do. Everything will be teaching in the curriculum itself. Right. And they are give the 5 important points. One is quality, affordability, equity, access, and accountability. These 5 points to be the usually in the all the amendments that 10 points, they noted so many points. Every point they are using these 5 important words. I am not discussing about school education more, but I am going to concentrate on higher education. That the committee itself mentioned why we are going to discuss about why we are giving some plan for improvement higher education. They observed, they mentioned, these are all the points to be, these are all the current situation we are facing problem. This problem to be encountered and we have to improve our education policy. They mentioned that the first and foremost point, they said that a severely fragmented higher education ecosystem. Absolutely right. Suppose if you are getting one university or one autonomous college is running, means they have to get one for NAAC, another for NBA. Some universities are concentrating on ISO. Some universities are getting approval for waiting the direction for UGC. Some universities are waiting the approval from the AACT. Some universities are waiting the approval from all the 5 or 6. These are all the drawback. We are not, why to whom we have to follow. Whether we have to follow our university, we have to follow our state government order, whether we have to follow our national government order, whether we have to follow UGC, AACT, NAAC, NBA, like that. So many fragmented higher education system is available. That too differ from state to state. Suppose one guy is studying in the triple E, Bachelor of Engineering in Tamil Nadu, Anna University syllabus, that is differ from the Andhra University. So lot of confusion, lot of fragmentation available in our current educational ecosystem. Development of learning outcome. Of course, you already discussed, I think that conference itself, FDP program itself, you discussed about outcome based education. We are talking about knowledge level, K1, K2, K3, K4, and program outcome, CO, course attainment, program outcome, program PEO. Like that, we are doing lot of work. We go for NBA means we have to do all the things. That is, all the faculty members and students are working for that. But exact outcome of education is came out. That is the question mark. That was observed by the Kasturi Rangan committee. They tell that learning outcome is still not completed. And rigid separation of discipline. That is also more important. In foreign and especially US, Canada, and European education system, they are concentrating on multidisciplinary. Science students to concentrate, combine with mathematics, they are producing project and other things. Of course, in our university, that last 3 years we implemented open elective subjects. Open elective subject. I hope most of the colleges and universities are introducing open elective system. Previously, when we are studying in 2010, 2090 to 2010, we are conducting program elective, that is department elective subjects. That one department offering 2 subjects, that 50% of students are joining one particular course, another 50% of going choosing the particular subject. But now the open elective subjects. Suppose triple E department should offer some courses that should be selected by the other department students. Mechanical, for example, if suppose commerce department offering one particular budget, how to prepare the budget, like that they are introducing simple course that should be studied by the microbiology department students. They have to get knowledge on all the fields. That is multidisciplinary aspect that was more lacking in our India. So that should be improved. Next one is higher education teaching in local languages. That it will be succeed or not, I don't know, but that new education policy to clearly mentioned that all the higher education of subjects should be come for the local languages. That means Tamil, Malayalam, Hindi, and other things. All the things to be developed. Limited teacher and institutional autonomy. That now, as per your principal told, MPhil will be discontinued. Hereafter, we will go for PhD candidate for teaching. But most of the affiliated colleges and university, most of the faculty running with the MPhil faculty. That is the biggest question mark. But limited teacher in the institutional autonomy. That how we are that institutional, how what way they are going to give the autonomy for them. What are the teachers should be taken by that. Inadequate mechanism for merit-based career management. That is more important. I don't want to comment this. You know very well about our selection process in university and higher institution. And next, the research universities. That according to 2020 new education policy, that we are going to discuss slide by slide, that some university to focus only the research only. Oh, they are never concentrate about teaching and other things. They have to improve our Indian research to high level. That next one is governance and leadership. regulatory system to be modified as per the new education. These are all the problem we are facing, that to be modified. How they are going to modify, we can see one by one. Right. Previously we called as our Ministry of Human Resource Management. Previously we told that. Now it was changed to Ministry of Education. Ministry of Education. That was headed by, that apex body was headed by National. That means National Education Commission. National Education Commission. That will be headed by Prime Minister of India. Then who is Minister of Minister for Ministry of Education, and some commission that they are mentioning about. Only under this Ministry of Education there comes one major part, that is Higher Education Commission of India. Higher Education Commission of India, to be set as a single overarching umbrella body for the entire higher education, excluding medical and legal education. That Higher Education Commission of India will deal all the things. No UGC, no NAAC, no NBA, everything. That only one word, that we have to concentrate order from the Ministry of Education, and that Ministry of Education give the direction to Higher Education Commission of India. They will concentrate on the policy and administrative reforms in the higher education system. They have four important they have some sub branches. One is National Higher Education Regulatory Council for Education. National Higher Education Regulatory Council for Education. They will give the regulatory and regulation. What are the things we have to implement? Everything. Next one is General Education Council. Higher Education Grant Council for funding the funding agency. They have to give the fund for all the autonomous and autonomous colleges and university and everything. National Accreditation Council. Instead of NAAC, they are mentioning National Accreditation Council for Accreditation. These four bodies comes under the National Higher Education Commission of India. This is the entire difference. Previously, we come talking about MHRD, UGC, AACT, NAAC, and other things. Hereafter, after implementation of National Education Policy, we comes under the Ministry of Education, Higher Education Commission of India. From that, National Higher Education Regulatory Council for Education, General Education Council for Standard Setting, Higher Education Grant Council for Funding, National Accreditation Council for Accreditation. Right, as your principal told about clearly, that the motto of gross enrollment ratio, that gross enrollment ratio in higher education, obviously they are going to set the gross enrollment ratio 50%. Overall, India is 26.3. Fortunately, our Tamil Nadu having 49% of gross enrollment ratio in the year of 2019-20 itself. This because this succeed maybe the ruled governments. I don't want to talk the politics, but the scenario what they say. If you are providing free laptop, if you are giving free bicycles, that and if you are giving gold coin for marriage for graduated poor girls. So these are all promoting, maybe promoting that. These are all the one among the best factor to promote the our higher education ratio. Because we were Vice Chancellor, Bardar University Vice Chancellor Kaliraj sir presented one presentation in last 23rd. I have also attended the meeting. He clearly mentioned that the free laptop scheme and other things and all improve the GER in our Tamil Nadu. And these major reforms to be taken care entire India. We are the education policy not talking about Tamil Nadu. That India now it's 26.3. We have to go for 50%. Next one is holistic and multidisciplinary education and flexibility of subjects. And your sir mentioned about UG program 3 years, PG program 1 year, MPhil to be discontinued, credit transfer of academics. Right. Financing education. This most important point they discussed in that public and private sector investment. Public and private sector investment. This most important point discussed in our educational policy, because 50% by state government, 50% by central government, that is public investment and private investment. They are going to start about more higher education institute in district wise. That means more university will come. They have more autonomy to develop their education system as directed by the central government order. That in this they are saying that, suppose for example in Coimbatore Bardiyar University having more than 100 affiliated colleges, that facing out the affiliation system, that facing out the affiliation system means the affiliations will be come down. After that, more than 5,000 students, more than 5,000 after 15 years, they are expecting 15 years, but they strongly implemented the rules and regulation. After 5 to 6 years, it will happen in our India. What will happen? That more than 500 students, suppose that 3 or 4 colleges will become a one university, that vice chancellor and registrar or controller of examination will occupy the place. They can able to give the degree. They never depend upon the regulation from that state university. But these particular affiliated colleges, or degree awarded colleges, or in some universities, also monitored, assessed, accredited by the central government agency. They are not what act independently, but they are giving the autonomy, but that everything will be regulated, everything will be monitored by the government. That they are mentioning about 3 type of institution will come for higher education. One is research universities, another one is teaching universities, third one is autonomous degree granting colleges. That in research universities, that is different forum, that who are all students are interested to do high end of research. They have to do wonderful research. They never talk about teaching. After completion of degree, they have to join research universities. They entirely concentrating on that research universities, research only. And teaching university, in teaching university, some proposals recommended by expert from our NAAC and NAAC chairman, Dr. Raj, and other things. People are talking about this like that. And Dinesh Mittal, he is they are former vice chancellor of Delhi University. They are all people are suggesting that teaching university, they are not concentrating on 100% teaching. They have to do little bit. If university means they have to concentrate little research, that may be derived. How much percentage they have to do the research, how much percentage they have to do teaching, everything will be after implementation only we have to know properly. Then autonomous degree granting colleges, autonomous degree granting colleges, they have to concentrate only teaching and giving degree to the students. That is the most important. They never concentrating on research and other things. But they are mentioning in this point autonomous degree granting college. When you are talking about bachelor degree, they are talking about the research also in future. That I will discuss later. That education remain as a not for profit. That is main motto they mentioned. That even though public, private, and other foreign universities will come our country or whatever it will be, that should run as a not for profit. They have to serve for the people of our nation, and they have to give proper education for to all the people. Next, this is the most important forum, that discussion, that National Mission on Education through Information and Communication Technology. They are using that word, National Educational for Technology Forum, NETF, National Education Technology Forum. This word is more important because nowadays we are taking classes in online, we are taking the even practical classes in virtual laboratory. Our Ministry of Education, they and come AACT website, they are given that virtual lab for all the courses, even mechanical subject, civil engineering and other all the courses they are developed and they are uploaded in the university website itself. Even the NPTEL courses like that, this National Education Technology Forum to concentrate all the technological development. That means e-education. That we can say that another version, that computer based education we have to concentrate more, because they have to give virtual laboratory and what are the national advancement in foreign countries that should be implemented in our research institute. Not only that, they have the collaboration with the other universities, foreign universities. They are concentrating on MOU with the other university, and they will provide that if they regulate the foreign university to set up campuses in our India, and Indian university collaboration with foreign universities, right? That vocational courses, this is the most important they are talking about. Skill based education, that one of my friend completed a master of engineering in the refrigeration and air condition. He is sitting with my next seat. Suddenly he received a call from his wife. Sir, I have some problem in our home fridge. I told that you completed the course Master of Engineering in Refrigeration and Air Conditioning. Whether you know about thing about that problem happened in the fridge. He simply told that I don't know. I completed the course and sitting as a assistant professor in this university, like that they told. This is a real fact. So now the skill-based education, that means vocational courses. That vocational courses we have to concentrate. We have to give clear idea about that particular subject. That means what they are saying, that if you are going to study BCom student, if the BCom student is completing the degree, but they have current scenario of our banking system, how to using their latest they are talking about tally and other things, that what are the courses after completion of BCom or BBA, how they, if they are sitting in the share market or bank, what are the current scenario available in the society, that to be discussed in the vocational courses. That means skill based education. Skill based education will provide better, even they are failed in the subject, the skill will give the more power to the uh, will help for the future. And another one is open distance learning. They are mentioning about ODL. This ODL means enhanced. That ODL means that higher education institution can offer the course that's look like a distance education. They have to run the courses with, they have to get the application, the accreditation from the higher at the Ministry of Education. They have to run the courses that will improve the GR. The student may sit anywhere, faculty may sit anywhere, but they are taking classes through online. They have to complete the virtual lab for practical. Even if it's possible they come to the campus and complete, they have to do the get the degree. That must, more important they have to mention, must be that standards and quality equipped to the program run by the higher education and their campus. What they are running in the campus, the same quality will be maintained in the ODL. This ODL will enhance their offering, improve the grass encouragement, grass, and in providing opportunity for lifelong learning, right? And assessment method. assessment also, method also they differ. Assessment method, they are going to, now we are conducting the examination and put the mark and other things. For in future, the positive learning outcome, including creative and innovation, critical thinking in higher education, problem solving abilities, teamwork, how they are working in team, the communication skill of the student, more depth learning and mastery in curricula across, increasing the social and moral awareness. Right. Another one is they are using the word National Research Foundation. National Research Foundation, they are concentrating on, they are only giving the funding for the all the higher education institution. This higher education institution, they are, what are the research they are doing, that fund will be given by the National Research Foundation. Especially they are giving more research fund on the multidisciplinary research, that comparative funding of research funding, that what that now the DBT, DST and other funding agency for giving that research, uh, they are concentrating on research funding for not only for individual faculty, they are giving that research for the institution and autonomy development and university development. Everything will be given by the National Research Foundation. And multidisciplinary and holistic research, I told that multidisciplinary, that creative combination of disciplines, that should be more in future. Right. Next, that now we are giving the degree for master degrees for 2 years, that MSc, MCom and whatever it may be. Actually, in MCA only we are giving 3 years degree, but other courses we are giving only 2 years. In future, that UG degree will be for 4 years. That time, 1 year for master degree, that is enough. 1 year for master degree, and integrated 5-year degree, that bachelor's and master program will be introduced to all the higher education institute. Now that even government job and other things they are expecting, suppose one person is completed mathematics, they are going for apply for job, means he has to complete BSc mathematics, MSc mathematics, PhD mathematics, that only they are appointing the job. This should thing will be differ. If you concentrating on BSc P6 and they and MSc P6, the combination of research they are concentrating in PhD, that will give more value than those who are completed in the single discipline. Next, that as your principal mentioned, that undergraduate degree, that 4-year courses, in general 3 years courses for arts and science colleges, now it will be improved for it will go for 4 years. One is first year certificate course, where the candidate to come, they joined one particular course. After completion of 1 year, they have to leave the campus. They will give the certificate for the particular course, certificate in microbiology. If they completed second year, advanced diploma in microbial technology. Third years, that a bachelor degree in microbiology. Fourth year, third year, up to third year, they have to do concentrate for uh, up to third year, they have to concentrate for only education, or final year they have to do research only. Right. Not only they are talking about the improvement of education system, they are considering the mind, that where the Indians are weak in particularly education system, general inclusion fund, special education zones for aspirant district, disadvantaged regions, special forces for educational participants of SC, ST, OBC. This is more important point I discussed with you, because the people are telling about that national education policy will go for some other, but the national educational policy 2020 also have same importance what we are giving for our women kids, girl kids, and the special education zones. Suppose that area people, that more tribal peoples are there, that area we have to develop one single university that will enhance our health, and disadvantaged regions that will be identify the higher education of India. uh, Ministry of Education ministry, and the SC ST students and OBC will get special scholarship. This is more another important point I want to share. Academic bank of credit. Academic bank of credit. This bank won't give the money, that will give the credit for students. Now the quite unfortunate is choice based credit system education we was introduced 20 years back, but most of the universities and colleges are maybe 6 years 7 years we are comes under the credit based education system. In future, all the curriculum should be credit based only. Whatever it may be, the suppose one person completed engineering physics in Tamil Nadu. He scored first year. He completed the first year course in Tamil Nadu. That he completed engineering, physics, mathematics, and other subject, everything. But he scored 20 or 40 credits. That 40 credits, this bank that account like that. That particular Muthezhilan having 40 credits. Suppose I want to switch out to Andhra. I am readily going to join the second year. I am already having 40 credits of my first year course. This credit system in all over the India will give different dimension of education. But only thing is more important to be considered how we are going to implement in our country like India. Right. Apart from suitable finance assistance, scholarship, the policy recommendation, socio-emotional and academic support and mentoring to socially, economically disadvantaged students. These things also they are talking about. That policy talking about retired faculty. The National Mission for Mentoring with a large pool of outstanding senior retired faculty, including those with the ability to teach in Indian languages, to provide mentoring professional support to the university and college teachers. Of course, the retired faculty knowledge should be used, and especially language peoples. They have to improvise our knowledge languages in higher education also. Previously, we are not talking about that language only for first year of UG courses alone. Other than that, we are not talking about languages, but the languages, holistic approach, environmental approach, constitutional approach, and everything should be come for up to higher education. In that one point, I forgot to mention that UG degree that I talked about 3 years course with research, 1 year research, that BSc Bachelor of Honors, that 4 year course itself eligible to join the PhD. Itself eligible to join the PhD. In the PhD courses, PhD student not only they are taking the research, they have to take classes for teaching. That they are have to underwent for teaching assessment classes, like what BEd education and MET education that we are concentrating at the Bachelor of Education, Master of Education, like that. How to teach the students? Everything will teach in separate courses. In PhD course itself, they have to attend for some classes how to teach with the students, because in near future the PhD holders only going to take class for students. They have to know how to teach with the students. And this more important, that based on the language I told, no, they are going to start with one most important Indian Institute of Translation and Interpretation. This will give for other languages as per to the local language, that will people will understand with our own mother language. That will give more idea and innovation for their own mind. That's way they are going to import for classical language, that suppose one invention in Japan, that will be translated to all the Indian classical languages. suppose our Indian people introduced some more important concept that will be published in the all languages. This will be monitored by Indian Institute of Translation and Interpretation. Right. So based on that, now we are having IIT, IITM, like that. So in future, we have multidisciplinary education and research universities, MERUS. They tell about MERUS. Like that, they are concentrating on more multidisciplinary research. Then that curriculum should have preventive of health and mental health, nutritional, personal and public hygiene, first aid, and also included the curriculum that the students not only studying, they have to concentrate on physical health, mental health, nutritional, personal and public hygiene, and constitutional value, holistic environment, everything they have to know. This also most important, that national testing agency, they are mentioning that. So still that most of the state governments are opposing that, but that based on the national testing agency, we are going to enroll our students for higher education. They have to conduct the test, and based on that we have to do that. So finally, this NEP will help students to develop a scientific temper from young age. The NEP aims to make it easier to set up new quality of higher education institute, which help be at war with the global standards. This is the more important point they have to tell. These are all the key recommendations by the National Education Policy, Early Childhood Care and Education, the Rights to Education Act 2020, Curriculum Framework, School Exams, Higher Education Institution, National Research Foundation, Education Governance, Financing Education, National Mission of Education through IT, Vocational Courses, 3 language formula. In overall, this policy will help our Indian education system, but only thing how we are going to implement in good manner, that is we are going to face many problems. I hope we will overcome that in positive manner. We'll go for India's in go ahead with the global standard. Thank you very much. I thanks for the opportunities, for the once again for the organizers and the technical team helping with me for running the show. And once again, I thanks to the management, principal, and Dr. Bakiraj and the organizers for giving this opportunity to me. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for the informative session. So, sir, there is some queries in the comment box. Shall I read, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
So, the first question raised by Johi Chaturvedi. So, all the teachers will be passed out from the research universities. PhD will be awarded by research universities? Question mark. So, that's a question, sir.
No, sir. No, ma'am. That in future, the graduate colleges will concentrating on only the degrees, not research degrees. Most probably, that research university will provide the PhD degrees. So obviously, it will come near for nature. That's no problem. But the PhD scholar only to take the class for higher education will implement it in course of times.
Okay, sir. So the next question raised by Dr. John Manoharan. So please clarify what will be the state of present faculty of proportionate to the NEP syllabus, whether any special training will be imparted.
That maybe, maybe, but that only thing is that now, as of now, they are changing. They are mentioning about environmental issues and holistic and yoga and other things, personal hygiene. Most of the things now available in our curriculum itself. Environmental science we have, and open elective courses we are running. But it should be monitored by higher education system by very carefully. That time we have to be very careful and we have to do that. In future, we are suppose one teacher going to teach microbiology, but they have to get some additional degree like that ODL courses. Now that NPTL is offering, Swami is offering so much of courses for additional knowledge gathering by the teacher. Teacher should learn forever and they have to teach the students.
Yes, sir. So this is comment by Lenin Bharati. Sir, open learning is in the fact put forward as one major, if not the main answer to the problem of equitable access and the main instrument for increasing gross enrollment ratio, that is GER. That's a comment by
That
Lenin Bharti, sir.
okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. The one more question, sir.
Hmm.
Sir, what is the difference between the polytechnical degree and the diploma degree which is provided by this UGC degree after NEP?
After NEP only we should know that a polytechnic colleges, but they are talking excluding about a medical and a legal. Other things all comes under the single formula. That now we are concentrating on polytechnic in technical education, engineering comes for that.
Okay.
Live streaming is
Yes,
on.
sir. That's all, sir.
Thank you.
There is no question in it. Thank you so much for your answering, sir.
Thank you.
Gratitude is the sign of a noble souls. I would like to call Dr. S.V. Manivannan, Head Department of Business Management, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to one and all. Today, we are very much privileged to hear some of the most important features of National Education Policy 2020. The minute details which the speaker Dr.R.Muthezhilan mentioned on the above topic will definitely be an educative eye-opener to all the respective participants who are converged here in this webinar. We are sure that you have lots of take-home facts as well. At this juncture, we would like to thank the learned speaker of the day, Dr.R.Muthezhilan, who was kind enough to come forward to share his valuable facts in this webinar. Secondly, we thank our management, CWA, for giving us the permission and the support to organize this event. Further, we would like to thank our respected principal, Dr. Bojan Subramani, who is a guiding force for conducting this event as well. Also, a special thanks goes to our IQAC in charge, Professor Kamathi Madam, for making this event happen. Along with the above, we would like to thank our Dean of English, Dr. Manjula Suresh Madam, Director of MBA, Dr. Krishna Kumar, various heads of departments, staff members, administrative staff, and most important of all, the respective participants from various colleges throughout the country for making this webinar happen the best way possible. Thanking you all once again.
Thank you, sir. An end is the only beginning in disguise. Today's end beginning in disguise. Next FTP will start at 11 a.m. on 30th November, next week of Monday, on the topic interactive and experiential learning approach for cultivating innovation among students. The lecture by Dr. R. Kannan, Associate Professor in Head Department of Botany, NGM College, Pollachi. This is an announcement for the participants. Participants, kindly click the link and fill the feedback form. It's already dropped in the comment box. And kindly subscribe our YouTube channel, SNMV Cash Coimbatore, for the further information. One more announcement. Once again, this is an announcement for the participants. Kindly link the fill the feedback form. It's already dropped in the comment box. And kindly subscribe our YouTube channel, SNMV Cash Coimbatore, for the further information. Thank you all.